Jim Sauter in that particular battle. So those cars are at the tail end of the lead draft, and only 2 of those last 3 will automatically make it into the 500. The leaders are in 2.
4-car breakaway now as Baker, Waltrip, Elliott, and Schrader putting some distance between themselves, Rick Wilson and Lake Speed.
Could be a good battle here for the 5th spot between Rick Wilson and Lake Speed as they come down the back straightaway. Speed looks to the inside, has to stay put behind Wilson as the front 4 cars begin moving away.
Buddy Baker, Darrell Waltrip, Bill Elliott, and Kenny Schrader in turn 4.
Trouble in turn 3. 2 cars go spinning. A.J. Foyt and the Jim Sauter car both spin to the high side of the track.
2 cars hit them. It is the number 18 car of Tommy Ellis running into Foyt's number 14 automobile and Sauter's car.
Greg Sachs also involved as the 4th car there. The first 2 cars were the 2 we had just finished talking about. They were battling for the last automatic transfer spot into the Daytona 500. Let's go back up to turn number 4 for a recap from Pat Gonzalez.
The 3 cars still here on the inside of the turn. Tommy Ellis has got out of his car. He ran into the number 14 car of A.J. Foyt and the Sauter's car. There were the 2 cars that first went up into the wall. Ellis is out of his car. The safety crews moving over now to the Foyt and the Jim Sauter car there in corner 4.
It'll put us under caution for the second time this afternoon. It comes out on lap number 19, and again, it is a hard hit up in turns 3 and 4 at the bottom of the racetrack. Good news, as Tommy Ellis is out of the car, we'll keep you posted on the condition of the other drivers and if they are out of their machines here in just a moment. Now we will see probably the entire pack of cars hit pit road. Let's go first to Jerry Punch.
Well, Greg Sachs, Valvoline Pontiac, the Dingman Brothers Racing Valvoline is through for the day. They brought the car down pit road and are trying to make some repairs on the front end, but apparently a lot of fluid from beneath the car. Here come the leaders down pit road. The Tide machine coming to its pits. The Crisco Oldsmobile for Buddy Baker coming in. We'll watch it. Waddell Wilson now signals 4 tires for the Tide machine. They will change all 4 tires. And the Jack Lizard and add fuel. Richard Petty, STV Pontiac in for a pit stop. Here's the Motorcraft Ford for Bud Moore and Ricky Rudd. The Valvoline efforts for Neil Bonnet getting 4 tires. The Wrangler sheet machine for Dale Earnhardt. It'll be a routine 4-tire pit stop under yellow and 1 can of fuel for all the cars at my end.
Let's go to Dick Brooks.
Well, Dunleavy did, when they come in and pitted, they didn't change tires. They just went back out on the racetrack, gassed him up so he could finish it. The Copenhagen car of Phil Parsons is changing all 4 tires. Everybody else made pretty well 4-tire changes. It was an awful good thing for Neil Bonnet. He was having some problems. He come through the trial when he's on the inside of the Tide car a while ago, whoever he is, and he got loose. And he must have blistered a tire or something, or had some kind of a problem because he was falling back. So this was a good chance for him to catch up.
It's a break for a lot of the drivers here at the Daytona International Speedway. The way they came off pit road just a moment, Kenny Schrader will probably be the leader. Lake Speed, good pit work, put him back out there in a hurry, along with Rick Wilson, Bill Elliott, and Richard Petty should be the top 5.
Working the second caution flag of this first qualifying race here at Daytona Beach. 21 laps are under the scoreboard right now. This is the 5th lap of caution in this particular yellow flag period. Hope you can join us this evening at 7 o'clock Eastern Time. Citgo presents a special edition of NASCAR Live. We're coming to you this evening live from the Clarendon Plaza Hotel on Atlantic Avenue here in Daytona Beach. A number of the motorsports media will be in attendance. Barney Hall, Mike Joy, Chris Economaki, Ken Squire, Ned Jarrett, a host of motorsports media members in town for the Daytona 500. They'll be guests this evening as Citgo presents a special edition of NASCAR Live. And folks, if you're listening to us in the greater Central Florida area, you're invited to come on and join us as well at the Clarendon Plaza Hotel this evening at 7 o'clock Eastern Time. From the Daytona International Speedway, this is MRN, the Motor Racing Network.
Looks like it may be one of those days here at Daytona. We already had 2 caution flags in the first 19 laps. The report we get that the drivers all did get out of their cars. We understand that A.J. was put into the ambulance, A.J. Foyt, and will be taken to the infield care center, and hopefully we can get a report there in just a moment. Let's go to pit road and Jerry Punch.
Well, Greg Sachs is sitting in the Valvoline entry here, and his crew chief, David F. talking to him. Greg, how about it? What happened out there?
Well, I couldn't tell who it was, but one car was plumb sideways in between 3 and 4 and had another one pinned on the high side. I was slowing mine down, hoping to see if they'd drift down the track and leave the high side open, which they didn't. Then I had to make my bid to go down. At the same time I bid down to the apron, Tommy came down to the open spot also, and that's where he hooked up on the top of me coming down onto the apron.
We were going to wonder how I was going to ask you how there are tire marks on the roof of your car.
Well, that's what I say. When I headed down to the apron, Tommy came down too, and I guess I was down to the apron first, and then he come down and got up on top of me. It hooked the car back and we went back up into the wall.
you going to be able to get back at it while they're working on it?
No, it doesn't look like it.
Well, that's Greg Sachs.
Well, they just indicated to the field they will go green next time by after they have finished cleaning up the debris up in turns 3 and 4. Let's see if we can get a word from Bill Bowser. Bowser is hopefully checking at the Infield Care Center, and maybe we'll be able to give us a word on the condition of A.J. Foyt, and we'll get that report just as soon as we can. Drivers out of this race already. Phil Barkdahl, who crashed here a moment ago, he is all right. Greg Sachs, you heard talk a minute ago, he is out. A.J. Foyt is out of it also. Tommy Ellis and Jim Sauter are the drivers who will not finish this first qualifying race. Again, let's try Bill Bowser.
The Jim Sauter car is coming by us right now, coming out of the hospital area on the back of the wrecker, and of course the left rear of that and the back window out, the right front damaged. The rest of the cars being brought in, the Friedlander Chevrolet. They have taken AJ and O's into the hospital, and of course the guards around the hospital right now have formed a cordon here at this present time, so there's no word on the condition at all. No word on AJ Foyt yet. We've cornered Jim Sauter. Jim, what happened?
Well, the car 64 in front of me got sideways. He had to slow for somebody in front of him. I noticed the corner speeds were slowing down tremendously, and the 64 car did get sideways. I slowed for him. I was in good shape, and AJ evidently didn't see what was going on in front of him far enough, and he nailed me pretty hard and turned me around, and the rest is history. I guess I didn't see anything because of the smoke.
You're okay?
I am just fine.
Your car's not in the worse for wear.
No, I just hope AJ's all right yet.
Okie doke, and that's it from the garage area.